Değerli konuklarımız, dijital büyümeyi destekleyen uydu geniş bant interneti temalı konuşmamız olacak. Ve şimdi de konuşmasını yapmak üzere değerli bir ismi, Amazon Proje QPR EMEA bölgesi lisanslama ve regülasyon kıdemli lideri Nina Beebe'yi sahneye davet ediyorum. Now I would like to invite Miss Beebe to the stage for your speech, please.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Merhaba, hoş geldiniz. I'm really pleased to be here to share with you information about the satellite network that Amazon is planning to deliver in Turkey, hopefully in a couple of years. I'm here to talk to you today about Kuiper, which is the initiative that Amazon launched a few years ago to bring broadband connectivity to the unconnected and underconnected around the world. Amazon realized that there was an opportunity here to leverage our company's core strengths to help individuals and businesses share their knowledge, passions, products, and services with the world, and to help governments improve education, health, and trade, as well as to complement the rich ecosystem of communications technologies that enable the next generation of innovators or civil servant or citizen. Over the past 20 years that I've been coming to Turkey, it's been exciting to see the pace of growth here, and I've been amazed at all that I've heard today from the previous speakers. And today I want to talk about how Amazon can help continue to fuel that growth through an incredible connectivity system that we're developing. Amazon isn't new to Turkey, and many of you will know us as a retail and technology company. Maybe you've gotten packages with a smile on them through the mail. But we've invested over 10 billion in Turkey since we established ourselves here, and we've enabled 21 billion Turkish lira in export sales for small and medium enterprises. You've watched Amazon Prime since 2020, and 50,000 people in Turkey are participating in the marketplace, which is Europe's 6th largest for Amazon. Turkey's digital economy is also poised for significant growth in emerging trends such as e-commerce, fintech solutions, AI, and IoT technologies. And TÜSİAD's own report on the Turkish startup industry is really remarkable in highlighting how Turkey is really a hub, a digital hub, in the whole of the EMEA region. And indeed, it also highlights how when Turkish startups succeed, local content and creativity succeed. There's more we can do to support this. In a couple of years, we hope to bring high-speed, low-latency connectivity through a satellite network with multiples of the capacity that you've been able to see on traditional satellite networks available today to help power these needs. Kuiper is one of those rare opportunities that has a broad social impact at the same time as it makes sense for Amazon to invest as a company in this type of network. Because we know that broadband connectivity drives economic growth and opportunity. In many countries, the pandemic accelerated digitization, but many other countries fell behind. And so the gap between the digital haves and have-nots has unfortunately grown during this time since the pandemic. According to the International Telecommunication Union, a UN body, some 2.7 billion people currently do not have fixed internet connections in their homes. That's something like a third of the world's population. And according to the World Bank, in 2023, median fixed broadband speeds are 10 times higher in high-income countries than in low-income countries. So there's a real opportunity to address the digital divide through a powerful connectivity network. But it's not just about social equity and inclusion. As innovative uses of data and artificial intelligence race ahead, as we heard in the earlier panel especially, the next generation of innovators and creators must not be left behind. And countries need to be positioned to take full advantage. This is why Amazon is launching a network with incredible performance, scale, and impact. It is truly next generation. So here we'll talk about why that is and how Amazon's network is going to be different from traditional geosynchronous orbit satellite networks. Low Earth orbit satellites, or what we call LEO satellites, mean higher speed and lower latency. And this is because they're closer to the Earth, around 600 kilometers distant in this case, which means that the signals have less distance to travel round trip between the Earth and the satellite. And that means a faster signal. So lower latency means you can support applications like video conferencing, high definition streaming, AI dataset transfers, remote system monitoring, and much more. It's really game-changing. And our system architecture is unique too. Whatever type of customer you are, if you have a clear view of the sky, we can get you online. In orbit, we'll have more than 3,000 satellites operating in low Earth orbit, using software-defined features to allocate beam width efficiently and precisely where capacity is needed, and using optical links in a self-healing architecture. On the ground, we'll have hundreds of gateway stations interconnected to the internet, the cloud, or private networks. Our network infrastructure will also leverage Amazon Web Services, giving us highly secure global reach and access to the cloud. To put all of this in the hands of the consumer, Amazon had to get relentlessly good at perfecting our hardware. We're building our own satellites, building and designing our own satellites, and we're designing our own terminals, which you see here. These deliver the best of efficiency and affordability in the smallest form factor that we could design to make them easy to install, easy to deliver, maybe in a box with a smile on it, and easy to use. And that applies across the 3 terminals that we've announced up to today, ranging from the largest, which is our enterprise and government-focused terminal on the right side, to our smallest, for individual households or perhaps even for village Wi-Fi network schemes, and ranging in speeds from 100 megabits per second downloads speeds to 1 gigabit. These are incredible throughputs for such a small form factor antenna, which at its smallest is about this size, and its largest only like that, perhaps. The middle terminal you see is about the size of the laptop that I use. So this is a real innovation that we think will make this kind of high-speed connectivity much more accessible and impactful. Here I want to offer a congratulatory note to the planners over the decades of Turkey's telecommunications infrastructure. The copper networks that were built out in the past were very extensive. The fiber networks, I think, are built out to an extent where just one European country exceeds the rate of fiber that you have deployed. And Turkey has a very robust mobile market as well, and I understand you plan to introduce 5G in 2026. So Turkey has done an incredible job at providing great infrastructure for its citizens, but there is always more to do in a generation where the ability to use and deploy digital skills and tools is only accelerating. Amazon's model will serve all of the customers you see here. Residential customers, so that children can do their education online where required. Small businesses who are trying to scale up and innovate. Large businesses like enterprise and transportation, aviation, maritime, and oil and gas, mining, as well as public services, those provided by the government, which can be anything from health to education to emergency services, disaster relief. And finally, the last customer segment that I'll mention is the mobile industry. Because it's not possible economically at an affordable cost point to build out fiber and to build mobile base stations everywhere to serve the population everywhere that it lives. There will always be that segment of the population that can't be reached by that infrastructure very well. And we can provide backhaul, satellite backhaul for those mobile operators to help them reach that last proportion of the population that just isn't served easily by other infrastructure. If you can think about how much mobile has changed our lives in the course of time that we've been using smartphones and all the rest, just imagine what a system like Kuiper could do in accelerating our access to connectivity. We're really at the start of this next wave of acceleration in e-commerce, fintech solutions, AI, IoT technologies, and Turkey is really emerging as a leader in the startup community, bringing unicorns to the notice of many in Europe and across the world. But we also see new use cases in very traditional industries. So aviation and maritime are really key uses for a technology like ours. I'll point out that we've had a lot of interest, for example, from 2 Turkish airlines that want to install Kuiper on board their aircraft. That's important not just because airlines use connectivity to keep passengers happy and to upload movies and things like that, but they also use connectivity to communicate with ground controllers, to monitor the health of the engines in flight and stream real-time data back, to stream weather routing information that helps save on fuel and reduce carbon emissions. So connectivity not just supports education and the ability to carry large data sets for example, multinational organizations with manufacturing facilities or the like, but it has the ability to impact other things like sustainability when you use these kinds of applications. And can make sure that we all get safely on our way. So before we start this video, which I hope will start, I just want to, I'm going to go back for a moment. I just want to sort of bring you up to speed on where we are at the moment. Last year, about this time, we launched 2 prototype satellites that allowed us to test all the systems and subsystems on board, and they performed fantastically well, beyond what we even expected. And so now that's allowed us to go into production for the whole of our satellite fleet, which is very exciting, because soon we'll be able to see that the proof is in the pudding, as we say. What that means is that in anticipation of actually having satellites in orbit, We're going around and talking to regulators and to ministers and other government officials to share our ideas, our plans, and to ask how we can be authorized to enter the market. And we're doing that here in Turkey as well. The path here is not yet clear for us, but we're confident that we're making progress and that this is a service that is also seen to be valuable here in Turkey to support the kinds of businesses that are in this room. So I want to just leave you with a minute and a half of excitement and show you the launch of our prototype satellites to try and transmit some of our energy to you and pique your interest in having Kuiper come to Turkey. So thank you all so much. Teşekkür ederim. And I look forward to seeing you all again.
I'm joining you from ULA's Advanced Spaceflight Operations Center, and today's launch is an exciting step for Amazon's Project Kuiper.
Launch sequencer start. Go Atlas. Go Centaur. Go Kuiper. You have permission to launch. We're proceeding with the count.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket, carrying the proto-flight mission for Amazon's Project Kuiper.
Mach 1. Vehicle's now supersonic. Everything looking good. We have exited the Earth's atmosphere.
We go ahead and...
Yes, can run in parallel.
Copy.
2 minutes to contact.
Telemetry is alive.
Progressing nominally.
It's nominal on both Proto 1 and Proto 2.
Huge milestone. We got contact with both satellites. Both of them are alive. Still good to go. Take 5 minutes. We'll come back at 11:59.
Teşekkür ederim.
Çok çok teşekkür ediyoruz değerli konuşmalarından dolayı Sayın Nina Beebe'ye. We thank for her for this valuable speech.